Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff dealt nightmare draw at 2025 US Open. Earlier this summer, Coco Gauff captured her second Grand Slam title on the clay courts of Roland Garros. However, Gauff struggled on grass and the North American hardcourt swing, going 5-4 since winning in Paris. Due to her slump and the rapid return of Iga Swiatek, Gauff fell to WTA World number 3. Yesterday, Gauff made the bold decision to shake up her coaching staff before the US Open. On Thursday afternoon, tournament organizers for the US Open unveiled the men's and women's singles draw. Below is a round-by-round breakdown of Gauff's challenging path to victory. In the first round, Gauff will face Ajla Tomljanovic. Gauff is 1-0 against Tomljanovic. In the second round, Gauff will face either Donna Vekic or Jessica Buses Monero. Gauff is 1-1 against Vekic and has never faced Buses Monero. Should Gauff advance to the third round, she could face either 28 seed Magdalena Frech or Peyton Stearns. Gauff is 2-0 against Frech and has never faced Stearns. Gauff's road to the final gets even trickier in the fourth round. She could face 15 seed Daria Kasatkina, 23 seed Naomi Osaka, or Caroline Garcia. Gauff is 0-3 against Kasatkina, 3-2 against Osaka, and 2-3 against Garcia. In the quarterfinals, Gauff could face 6 seed Madison Keys, 11 seed Karolina Muchova, 27 seed Marta Kostyuk, or Linda Noskova. Gauff is 3-3 against Keys, 3-2 against Kostyuk, and 2-0 against Noskova. The semifinals could bring a matchup against 2 seed Iga Swiatek, 8 seed Amanda Anisimova, 12 seed Alina Svitolina, 13 seed Ekaterina Alexandrova, or 29 seed Anna Kalinskaya. Should Gauff make it through her side of the bracket, the final could be a matchup against top-ranked Aryna Sabalenka, 4 seed Jasmine Paolini, 5 seed Mira Andreeva, 9 seed Elena Rybakina, 10 seed Emma Navarro, or 22 seed Victoria Mboko. The last time Gauff entered a Grand Slam as the third-ranked player, she beat the odds to secure a title. Can she do it again and reclaim her US Open title? The US Open singles draw runs from August 24th to September 7th. Stay locked into Sports Illustrated Serve on SI for all of your tennis news from the court and beyond. In the sweltering New York summer heat, where dreams are made and crushed on the concrete courts of Flushing Meadows, the 2025 US Open has already delivered its first shocking twist, and it hasn't even started. Defending champion Coco Gauff, the 21-year-old American tennis sensation, has been dealt what many are already calling the nightmare draw. A treacherous gauntlet of former Grand Slam champions, rising prodigies, and proven veterans standing in her path to a second US Open crown. For Gauff, who conquered the tennis world last year with an emotional and electric run to her first Grand Slam title in front of a roaring home crowd, this year's tournament was supposed to be a coronation. But with the release of the women's singles draw Thursday evening, that fairy tale sequel now looks more like a psychological thriller. A gauntlet from round 1. It began with a gasp inside Arthur Ashe Stadium when the draw placed Gauff against Naomi Osaka in the first round. Yes, that Naomi Osaka. 4-time Grand Slam winner. 2-time US Open champion. Former world number 1. Back from maternity leave and slowly regaining her championship form. There are no easy first rounds at a Grand Slam, but this matchup is brutal. Osaka, now unseeded after more than a year away from the tour, has shown flashes of brilliance in her comeback this season. Though her ranking may no longer reflect her pedigree, her presence on the other side of the net is enough to send shivers through any top seed's team. This is definitely not the draw I hoped for, Gauff said with a wry smile at a pre-tournament press conference. But I respect Naomi a lot. She's a champion. I know I have to be at my best from day one. Social media immediately lit up with reactions. Tennis legend Billie Jean King tweeted, "Wow, Gauff versus Osaka in R1. This is why we love the US Open. No one is safe. Every match is a story. The road gets steeper. Should Gauff survive Osaka, a monumental lift, things don't get any easier. Projected second-round opponent? Mira Andreeva, the 18-year-old Russian prodigy, who stunned the tennis world earlier this year, by reaching the semifinals at the Australian Open. She's crafty, fearless, and hungry, and her game has matured with astonishing speed. Round 3 could bring a clash with Emma Raducanu, another former U.S. Open champion whose injuries have finally abated. Raducanu has quietly rebuilt her form this summer, picking up back-to-back quarterfinal appearances in Cincinnati and Montreal. The British star, who won the U.S. Open in 2021 as a qualifier, has the big stage experience and firepower to upset anyone. By the second week, if Gauff is still standing, a potential fourth-round meeting with world number 6 Ons Jabeur looms. Jabeur has reached 3 Grand Slam finals in the past 3 seasons and possesses a maddening mix of spin, drop shots, and tactical unpredictability. Everything Gauff has struggled with in the past. Quarterfinals, a rematch with Iga Swiatek, the Polish juggernaut and former world number 1, who Gauff finally conquered last year in Cincinnati and again in New York. But Swiatek is hungry for revenge after a rocky 2024 season and has recently been back to her dominant self. Semifinals, possibly Aryna Sabalenka, whose raw power and newfound consistency have made her a near-permanent fixture in the final rounds of majors. Final, perhaps Elena Rybakina, the icy Kazakh with the best serve on tour, or even Jessica Pegula, Gauff's longtime doubles partner turned singles rival, who is chasing her own elusive slam glory. For Gauff, the road ahead looks less like a bracket and more like a rogues gallery of women's tennis royalty. Mental fortitude, the true test. "I'm not looking past Osaka," Gauff said. "But yes, the draw is tough. I have to approach it one match at a time. There are no easy routes to a slam title, especially now." If anyone can relate to this kind of pressure, it's Coco herself. She burst onto the scene at 15, defeating Venus Williams at Wimbledon, and has lived under the harsh spotlight of expectation ever since. In 2023, after some near misses and questions about her consistency, Gauff hired veteran coach Brad Gilbert, who helped reshape her mindset and streamline her tactical approach. That partnership culminated in her U.S. Open triumph last year, where she fought through a similarly difficult draw and defeated Sabalenka in the final. The way she mixed defense with aggression, absorbed pressure, and rallied the crowd behind her drew comparisons to Serena Williams. But now, with the target firmly on her back, the psychology of defending a slam becomes her greatest opponent. "She's no longer the hunter," ESPN analyst Chrissy Everett remarked. "She's the hunted now." A tournament of stories. The drama of Gauff's draw has overshadowed what was already shaping up to be a fascinating women's tournament. Naomi Osaka's comeback will finally be tested against a top 5 player under the bright lights of Ash. The youth wave, led by Andreeva, Linda Fruhvirtova, and Robin Montgomery, is starting to push into the elite ranks. The veterans, like Petra Kvitova and Victoria Azarenka, continue to defy time. And the wild cards, literally and figuratively, like Bianca Andreescu and Leylah Fernandez, remain capable of headline-grabbing upsets. But all eyes will be on Gauff. Every match a potential blockbuster. Every point dissected by fans and pundits alike. What history says? Only a handful of players have defended the U.S. Open title in the Open era. Serena Williams did it. Steffi Graf did it. Chris Evert too. They all had something in common: resilience, adaptability, and a bulletproof mental game. Can Gauff join that elite company? "She's got the tools," said Martina Navratilova. "But this draw, this is as tough as I've ever seen for a top seed. If she makes it through, it might be the most hard-earned slam in recent memory." What's at stake? Beyond rankings and records, Gauff's performance in New York could shape the future of American tennis. She's become the face of the sport in the U.S., carrying not only the burden of her own legacy, but the expectations of an entire generation of fans. Her maturity, grace under pressure, and charismatic energy have made her a crossover star. But as we've seen time and again, tennis is a ruthless sport. Your last win is yesterday's news. In many ways, this draw is the ultimate test of her reign. Will she rise to the occasion and carve a legend-worthy path through a brutal bracket? Or will the pressure, the fatigue, and the level of competition prove too much? The stage is set. On Monday night, the stadium lights will blaze, the crowd will rise, and 2 champions, one returning, one defending, We'll walk to the baseline. Gauff versus Osaka. Youth versus experience. Fire versus ice. The road ahead is a nightmare, yes. But for Coco Gauff, nightmares don't mean fear, they mean fuel. Because if you want to be great in New York, you have to survive the city. And right now, the city is coming for her.